Dan walaupun mereka berada di negeri non jauh di sana, tapi tetap akan balik ke Malaysia demi satu hal ini. Karena hal ini hanya dia jumpai di Malaysia saja, tidak pernah di...
One, two, three, come on!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo guys, balik lagi di video ini masih dengan saya. Tentunya doa yang baik-baik akan saya panjatkan kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa agar kita semua dalam keadaan sehat senantiasa, baik-baik saja. Begitupun aktivitasnya, semoga juga diberikan kemudahan dan juga kelancaran oleh Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Amin amin ya robbal alamin. Oke, di sini ada satu kisah unik dan menarik yang akan kita bahas lagi ya. Oke, sebelum itu saya ingin sedikit berbincang-bincang karena ada berbagai pengakuan dari turis asing, terutama yang ada di Eropa sana, yang mana awalnya mereka belum mengenal situasi, kondisi, keadaan yang ada di Malaysia, belum mereka ketahui. Tapi setelah mereka masuk Malaysia sehari, seminggu, sebulan, bahkan sampai 6 bulan, terus mereka keluar dari Malaysia, itu akan menimbulkan satu kerinduan yang membawa mereka untuk balik lagi ke Malaysia. Nah, kejadian-kejadian itu sering dialami dan pengakuan dari turis-turis terutama dari Eropa sana. Nah, hal itulah yang menimpa oleh pasangan turis yang akan kita bahas ini. Kali ini pasangan turis dari Eropa yang sudah mengaku berkeliling Eropa, Asia, dan juga ASEAN, guys. Di ASEAN dia sudah mengelilingi banyak negara di Asia Tenggara ini, guys ya. Namun, walaupun kemanapun dia perginya, walaupun jauh kemanapun dia sudah menempuh jarak beratus-ratus kilometer ya guys ya, sampai ke Vietnam, sampai ke Thailand, dan juga ke negara-negara lainnya. Dan walaupun mereka berada di negeri non jauh di sana, tapi tetap akan balik ke Malaysia demi satu hal ini. Karena hal ini hanya dia jumpai di Malaysia saja, tidak pernah dia dapati di negara-negara lain yang pernah dia masuki. Nah, di sini menjadi tanda tanyanya, guys. Sebenarnya dia jauh-jauh dari negara lain, itu pulang ke Malaysia hanya demi satu hal ini. Satu hal apa itu ya, guys ya? Hal apa yang dia maksud? Mengapa dia rela jauh-jauh dari negara lain menuju Malaysia demi satu hal ini saja? Tentunya ini ada salah satu hal yang istimewa guys ya, spesial. Oke, kita akan saksikan. Tentunya ini membuat saya penasaran. Tanpa banyak basa-basi, kita segera mereaksi. Ini videonya.
After spending the past 4.5 years driving our old camper van around the world, we arrived back in the UK and spent a few months catching up with our friends and family. But once you've done that kind of expedition, it becomes part of you. It's very hard to stay still in one place. And it wasn't long before we started to crave adventure. So we jumped on a plane, flew to the other side of the world, and we're excited to share a new expedition with you. Once the travel bug bites, there is no known antidote, and I know that I shall be happily infected until the end of my life. Michael Palin.
Kuala Lumpur. Pagi yang cerah di Malaysia.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel.
Hey, we're back! We're back!
It's been a while, hasn't it? You've probably forgotten what we look like and wonder what we've been up to and where we are now, but this is the beginning of the next adventure, and you may actually recognize the skyline behind us because we've been here before. Yeah, we're in Kuala Lumpur, here in Malaysia. You're probably wondering, what are we doing back here and what is the plan? So we'll tell you all about that today. But I think first, because we're in Malaysia, we have to start the day with a nice roti canai, a traditional Malaysian breakfast here, and something we've been missing and craving for a long time. So we'll go take you for breakfast and tell you all about our plans and what we've been up to.
Okay.
So you may be wondering who this chap is. Well, this is actually my nephew, Jamie. who you might recognise from the videos when we were in Phuket last year. He's still travelling, enjoying life, so he's come down to KL to hang out with his auntie and uncle for a few days.
My favourite auntie and uncle.
Oh, you get bonus
See you later. Pagi. So yeah, it feels very funny to be back in Malaysia.
Yet fabulous. I absolutely love coming home to Malaysia. We've got so many friends and family here, and it's a bit like a second home, like Tokyo.
It is. We're back in the same neighbourhood where we were last time we stayed in KL. Over the past few months we've been relaxing at home, catching up with friends and family, doing the road trip with Frankie and Alex from F&A Van Life. And
celebrating the fact that we've driven around the world. Every time we say it, we just can't believe it. And we're so grateful to everybody who came with us on that journey.
Absolutely.
But the next adventure begins.
So yeah, last time we were here, this is the little garage, Simon's place, where we got the work done on Trudy. We're back. We don't have a car, it's in England.
Oh, it's in England.
We drove it all the way home. Oh. We made it. But now we're back again in Malaysia. Ah. Hello, my friend. How are you? Oh, that's nice. So he was surprised to see us and was like, where's your car? In fact, it's quite strange that we are here without Trudy, and it's actually quite strange to think that Trudy was here, because we're a long way from home now. And that kind of leads us onto the plan of what are we going to do when we don't have Trudy. So very briefly, and we'll get the map out and show you a bit after breakfast, but the plan is that we're going to be booking a flight to Borneo, to Sabah, to Kota Kinabalu, trying to find some kind of car or vehicle, and then spending 3 months exploring Sabah, Brunei and Sarawak. Because although we've been to Sabah very many times, we've never driven ourselves there, and you know us, we like to get off the beaten path, and it will really give us a true feel for the place when we can drive it ourselves. So that's the challenge. But first we got to go and get some breakfast, and the challenge is, can I remember how to order my breakfast in Malay?
But for all of you who are missing Trudy as much as we are right now, do not fear. She is not being put into retirement just yet.
No.
She's currently at home with Mike and the mechanics, getting a few bits done.
No pun.
No pun. He actually is called Mike, and he does have mechanics. And they're going to get some work done on Trudy, and when we get home, we're going to do a little mini trip in Trudy.
Yeah, so in case you're wondering, poor Trudy. She's probably feeling sad she's not travelling with us, but she's getting some good care right now.
Good morning.
How are you? Oh, this is Natasha, my friend's dad. Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Oh look, the family's here. How you doing, guys? There you go, that was a coincidence, seeing Natasha's family here. Okay, breakfast. Duo roti canai.
Satu cheese roti.
Oh, this food, look at that.
Lagi-lagi makanan. Nggak tahan.
Okay, that's the breakfast being made.
The family.
We got the family.
Introduce yourself.
This is Zain, my friend Natasha's son, and her dad, and cousin. Nephew. Natasha's nephew, his cousin. Terima kasih. There you go, the breakfast of champions. There's one thing you can't really get in the UK is roti canai for breakfast.
Oh, it's different.
Oh my god.
Is that good?
Dia suka,
I'm
guys.
home.
Dia amat sangat suka, karena itulah dia balik lagi ke Malaysia, ya.
So after that delicious breakfast, we come back to the flat. I just want to show you the map just to give you a rough idea of what our plans are. So this is mainland Malaysia here, Peninsula Malaysia. This big island is Borneo, and it's made up of 3 countries. So in the north here, we've got Malaysian Sabah, Brunei, Malaysian Sarawak, and then all the rest of it is Indonesia. Now the plan is, we're going to fly into KK, try and find a vehicle, and then basically do a loop of Sabah. We're not sure on the exact route yet. We're still planning that, and then come down through Brunei, and then drive all the way down through Sarawak, down to Kuching, all the way down here at the far south end of Sarawak. And we got 3 months to do that. So that is going to be very, very exciting. Okay, that's it. The flight to Kota Kinabalu has now been booked, and I've just received the confirmation email. Although I have to be honest, it's hard to spot the email because I get so many spam emails now. So you may be wondering, how do the spammers get your information? Well, the reality is, there's a part of the internet where your information is bought and sold. And they know a lot about you, your name, what you've bought online, your address. And this information in the wrong hands can lead to things like spam, identity scams, even extortion. What? We do have the legal right to ask these data brokers to take us off their mailing lists and remove our information. But the reality is, there's so many data brokers out there, I wouldn't even know where to start. Good morning. So today, we're excited because we're actually going out for lunch with a lovely lady called Alison from
the Adventure Overland Challenge Group in Borneo.
There you go. So we took her up on our offer for lunch today because we thought we would go and rack her brains to try and work out what off-roading or driving around Borneo is like, because we have absolutely no idea whether the roads are going to be mud roads in places. Do we need a 4x4? And you know, it's the end of their monsoon season, so is it likely to be wet and muddy? And so anyway, local knowledge you can't beat, so that's why we're going to go out, have a bit of lunch, and rack our brains a bit today.
And if you're wondering why we haven't got Trudy, all of those reasons are why we don't have Trudy. But I'm excited to take on the challenge to drive a 4x4 maybe.
Maybe. Hi!
Nice to meet you! Welcome back!
Nice to meet you!
I'm very excited to meet you, especially a woman in overland world.
We were so pleased that Alison contacted us to offer us help to plan the trip. Local knowledge is invaluable.
I suppose the question is like, if you look at Sabah, Sarawak and everything,
Yeah.
to get the freedom, it's probably better to have a 4x4, isn't it?
You need it, yeah.
Oh, you need it? Are some of the roads like dirt roads and...
Most of it would be dirt. I mean, once you leave Kota Kinabalu,
most of it's dirt roads anyway. and it's still the end of rainy season.
The Pan-Borneo Highway is about 90% done in Sarawak, but not in Sabah.
She has extensive overland experience in Borneo, so we were excited to get out our map and go through our proposed route.
What are the conditions like on these roads?
Well, Kota Kinabalu to Kundasang is not too bad.
Yeah.
From Kundasang to Atik is also not too bad.
Yeah.
Down towards Sandakan, it gets bad.
Okay.
And down this area, it's really bad. So you need a 4x4. Baru itself is the Kelabit Highway, and the main tribe there is the Kelabit Dorang Ulu. But the flights are actually very scenic.
Yeah.
They're low flying over the mountains.
It's quite nice to get the flight.
And at the moment they're still very cheap because it's subsidized.
Okay.
We had a delicious lunch and then went to meet Alison's friend Thomas, another very experienced worldwide overlander and a fountain of knowledge.
We're excited to be heading to Borneo now.
So much.
Thank you.
I will.
Thank you very much. Thanks. So there you go. How handy was that? So we definitely need a 4x4. That's answered that question. We have a plan. So we couldn't leave Kuala Lumpur without having one night where we go down to our favourite food street, Jalan Alor, to get some local food. Marianne's craving a bit of Marmite chicken.
Marmite chicken, you either love it or hate it, and I love it.
So yeah, so we're going to go down there, head out and get a bit of dinner. We're just waiting for the grab, but the sky is definitely turning very black over there. It's the end of the rainy season and it tends to rain very heavily most late afternoon, early evening. So as we're sitting outside to eat. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much.
But that's all right. We have our waterproof coats, don't we?
No, we don't, Marianne. Hi. Let's go find some food. Okay, this is where the mayhem starts. This food street is always rammed. Doesn't matter what time of the week you come. In the evenings, it's an evening thing. But it's a Thursday night, so we thought it would be quieter tonight than on a Friday. Oh, you smell the durian? Hi. Hi. So this is a must if you come to KL. A whole street full of food. What do you reckon, Jamie?
Looks good, looks good. It's very busy though.
It's always busy. When you walk down the street, lots of people invite you into their restaurants, and a bit of Malay I learned last time we were here is sudah makan, which means you've already eaten. And if you say that to them, they tend to leave you alone. Sudah makan, terima kasih. Every food under the sun. The menu's huge.
It's massive.
But we got Marmite chicken and a few other bits, and it's a bit quieter down this end of the street, so it's quite nice. And just in case it rains, we sat under a cover. Cheers. 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 Okay, the pièce de résistance, Marmite chicken. It smells of Marmite, but I still don't think it tastes like Marmite. Right, it's good. Jamie's leaving. He's heading back to Thailand, but he should hopefully come and see us in Sabah. If all goes according to plan, he might come and join us to go out to the islands and stuff. So have a good trip.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Dan itu tadi video yang baru saja kita saksikan, sudah kita lihat bersama ya guys ya. Ini ibarat seperti burung merpati, sejauh-jauh manapun dia akan terbang, tetap dia akan pulang ke sangkarnya. Begitulah guys ya, kejadian terhadap pasangan turis dari Eropa ini, khusus dari Inggris. Mereka sudah mengembara ke banyak tempat, ke banyak daerah, ke banyak negara yang ada di dunia ini guys. Asia, ASEAN, dan termasuk Eropa juga tentunya guys ya. Namun karena sudah menganggap Malaysia sebagai negara kedua, mau ke Bangkok dia, mau ke Vietnam dia, Filipina dia, ya, dan juga ke Cina Tiongkok, maka dia akan balik ke Malaysia juga. Itu yang akan selalu terjadi terhadap turis-turis asing bila sudah merasa sangat nyaman ke Malaysia. Bahkan ini hanya karena satu hal ini saja, rela jauh-jauh menempuh ratusan kilometer pergi masuk ke Malaysia dari negara luar hanya untuk hal ini saja. Tadi kita lihat tentang roti canai guys. Dia sangat rindu sekali di Malaysia, yaitu adalah roti canai ya. Sudah kita lihat bersama tadi, demi roti canai dari negara manapun dia rela terbang langsung masuk ke Malaysia. Karena di negara lain bukan tidak ada buat roti canai. Ada guys. Di Thailand saya yakin juga ada roti canai. Tapi walaupun bagaimana kejadiannya, tetap ya roti canai itu akan enak dimakan dan disuguhkan bila berada di negara asalnya, yaitu adalah Malaysia. Dan inilah yang sudah menimpa mereka berdua guys. Jauh-jauh ya semisal dari Vietnam sana udah rindu dengan roti canai, mereka nggak mau beli roti canai di Vietnam guys, langsung terbang ke Malaysia untuk membeli roti canai itu. Dan mereka juga menemui orang-orang, sahabat-sahabat lama ya, terutama ini bagi yang servis kereta, mereka semua jumpai ya guys ya, dan sangat friendly, hangat sekali, family ya, dan tidak ada lain, tidak terlihat rasa kebencian di sana, bahkan kebalikannya ada kedamaian yang meresap di dalam hati mereka semua. Dan demikian tadi video aku, semoga video ini bermanfaat bagi kita semua, dan aku mohon diri mohon maaf jika ada kesalahan kata, kesalahan sikap, dan semua mohon dimaafkan, dan aku akhiri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.